welcome to another episode of Dice, Nerds, and Nagas. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas coming at you from beautiful Phnom Penh. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, Aretha Franklin's favorite D&D podcast, maybe. There's really no way to check right now, so let's just assume. No, there's no such thing.
No respect.
Oh, respect.
Dude.
RPCTEBD. Tell me what it means to me. Doesn't matter, because, she's not going to disagree. It was Aretha Franklin's favorite D&D podcast.
All of our fans, Will.
All
Three of them.
All our legions of fans. I can't walk down the street without a fan saying, hey, get out of the middle of the street, I'm trying to drive my tuk-tuk through here. So, it's a big deal. Now, where we left off, our heroes had just fought off a small group of frost giants that had attacked the docks of Waterdeep.
Small, it was big.
They were
There's like, what,
vaguely
like
large. There's like 6 or 7 of them, I think.
There was 12.
Check.
I think 8 of them
There
were
was 20 of them.
Yeah, most of them bailed very quickly on the whole thing.
I remember very clearly that it was 8.
Yeah. But there were
Yeah.
12.
You're right. Yes, it was. It was 8. So there were 8 frost giants. Most of them got scared and ran away. Thank you, Mechanical Dragon. I'm sure you will be a huge
Thanks to
help
Feather Marshal.
throughout the campaign. Oh wait,
We'll build another one.
we'll build another one.
New mission. Find Argus.
If I roll a 20, will I have another one all of a sudden? So, where we left off though, there were, you know, the throngs of civilians had gathered. They were cheering on the heroes for their mighty deed. And I guess they needed to know the name of the group. Count Yuling went, who are these, you know, heroic heroes that have saved our city from the frost giants today?
We're known as Garuda.
Garuda, he says, and the crowd goes, yay, 3 cheers, hip hip hooray!
And I'm
a voice that
immediately
was-
trying to leave. Like, I don't want to be here.
octaves deeper than it normally is.
I declare that tomorrow there will be a mighty feast in the town formed to celebrate our city's new heroes and this great victory over the giant menace that has been plaguing the Sword Coast. And so, on that note, the crowd's like, oh, cool, parties tomorrow. You know, they'll probably disperse. Guards will begin trying to clean up the dock area and stuff. And you know, the fire off in the distance of a distant warehouse on the docks begins to finally go down and abate.
Yeah, that also happened.
Yeah, the fire still happened. He wanted them to burn down a group of people. They didn't want to, so I mean, it was a simple enough job. He got someone else to do it.
We did attempt to warn Garfield.
I mean, you told him about it, but didn't really help the people that were actually in the warehouse.
He came with us, yeah. So like he couldn't do anything about it. Garfield. Is it not Garfield? I don't know.
Garfield
Odina.
Odina, councilman, one of the leaders of the Wizards College. Not a fan of Mondays.
Doesn't like it.
Loves Italian food.
Who doesn't?
I'm lost on the beach, so I'll have to
Loves. Currently still enjoys it.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Wasn't there? He didn't die.
No, they told him about it at
Sounded
Wizards
solid.
College. He was like, well, you know, I'm not going to do anything about it, really. And then it happened while they were distracted with other things.
Yeah.
But, you know, the crowd is dispersing. People are starting to kind of clean up a little bit. There's a series of food carts that have been tossed everywhere that need to be repaired. And Count Yuling, kind of standing with you guys, and he says, hey, you know, got this feast for tomorrow. I'll be busy most of the day, but early in the morning I'll send a carriage for you. We can discuss matters in the city.
That sounds good. And, you know, if you manage to score any of those tickets to that festival that was mentioned, that sounds pretty nice.
I'll see what I can do. It's a very, very elite event. together. I'm sure I could find a few extra tickets. Might get printed out. Who knows?
Nice.
Didn't realize these are the kind of things that motivate you all. I'll have to change my tactics. Either way, I'll send a carriage in the morning. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
Okay, and him and his shield guardian and his couple of griffin knights, abscond from the scene. He gets back in his carriage and rolls on down into the city.
I spend a couple of, I don't know how long it would take, but basically I burn all my spell slots to do a bit of healing on people that are injured.
Sure, there are multiple guards that were injured in the fight, people that just got caught in the crossfire from the giants and stuff. So.
Did we search the giants?
I searched the ones that were near me.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you found the axe and the note.
These are frost
the
giants.
scroll.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me.
These are frost
We
giants.
sort of.
Yes.
But I give
Bigger
you
than
scrolls
hill
in every giant.
Yes, generally taller.
Can
muscular.
I ask you and you, are two nature people, can you try and harvest their toenails for me?
Okay, sure,
Yeah, I
I
can
can
do
do that.
that.
Try and make some more of those potions.
Do you want to roll with advantage? What's your
remember mine's higher than yours. I have +7.
medicine or survival?
You can age.
Medicine.
Medicine. Alright, yeah, I'll aid you.
Aid me.
Can we do that, Ben?
How many?
Are there toenails?
Well, let's see. How many got killed?
I think there were 4.
There
I think only
were
1 or 2 got killed.
one got killed.
No.
There were,
I think two fell down.
oh, maybe we
and
did
the
maybe
rest
kill
got
2.
back
The
to the
others
boat.
got onto the boat.
Yeah, so the ones on the boat just kind of suck.
Yeah,
But I guess
We can do the 2.
I didn't see one dead.
Even one's enough. I mean,
Yeah,
that's at
it's
least
fine.
2.
2 toenails.
Yeah.
Or, well,
Two
I guess 10 toenails, but
Yeah.
we'll,
I mean,
we'll see.
It depends on how well I roll,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, how many you harvest?
Okay, so I'm rolling with advantage.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
Big old nail clippers.
Not rolling.
I'm gonna roll on his box.
Yeah.
Your
It's
box.
been a while.
Your box. Never mind. Okay, so that's
15 plus
22.
22. That's pretty good. So you can harvest 7 toenails from the giant.
Okay, do you want to put
Yes,
it in
Can
your
be
Right.
added, to Modoc's castle's alchemy
Alchemy.
machine
Oh,
and
also
help you
they
out.
make frost giant strength potions. I need
What's the
that.
date today?
It is the 19th.
Oh,
Same here.
one thing I actually wanted to mention. By the time this episode guys out, this little man here will have a birthday.
God, how do you know my birthday?
Facebook told me.
Oh God, Facebook. Thanks.
Happy birthday, baby,
Yeah,
for when this
thanks.
airs.
When's that?
September 4th will be my birthday.
Is that like July?
No, it's
Seems like an important day. I don't know.
The day before
It's
Guy
his
Fawkes.
birthday.
it's the day that the world's best person was born.
September.
No, so who else is one?
It's a really nice little Indian beggar child. He's a great guy.
I was actually going through like all these ideas in my brain about like getting you like a holder cake made or something, and then I forgot about getting the cake for today.
Don't have to do anything for my birthday. I'm 28. It's not really. At this point, it's not worth celebrating birthdays anymore. Shh. I'll get dinner with the wife, and then I think I'm gonna treat myself and buy a bunch of new socks.
That sounds like
And a single orange.
I did that on Monday. I did that on Monday.
They
The
don't
new sports store
last.
up at Aeon 2.
Can we stay focused?
Yeah, we gotta talk about these socks, okay? So they always get holes in them, like after wearing them, like after a week or something, So I'm gonna buy like 20 pairs and be set for the year.
So I don't really care what's going on with the ducks, and I want to go back to my room at the Wizards College, and I have.
Oh wait, before you go, I would like to ask you for directions, because you have been here for a while.
Where are you trying to go?
I'd really like to go and speak to the knights. Griffin Knights, or maybe if you know someone, I would like to improve my skill with the bow. So I'm looking for some
I think in town I wasn't hanging out a bunch. I go like tavern to tavern, but I probably hit a couple bookstores out of curiosity.
Okay.
So I might be able to
Guides on archery, probably.
Yeah, or like
think you can find.
maybe even some bracers that might help me steady my hands better.
Sounds like someone got a specific thing in mind.
In the area around, like directly around the Wizards College, is there like a decent armor?
Yeah, I would say there's plenty of good armorers in the Fountain District. You know,
Okay.
that's more of a upper middle class area. Lots of wealthy adventurers will stay there for the night instead of the docks. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know.
Okay, it's cool.
Water deeds. But you know the fountain place. Before.
I'll have a
It's
look
awesome.
there. Thank you. And anybody else want to go buy equipment of some sort?
I want to buy
Oh, healing potions. Yeah, we'll find healing potions.
get those at the Wizards College.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Cool, sweet.
You know when you go in that front door and then just right to the right,
There's that
a little-
gift shop.
Yeah.
Fine.
Cool.
So
Not
take your
just-
heels here.
Not just crappy prints of artwork at this gift shop. It's
What time of day is it now, Ben?
it's nighttime.
Okay, alright. Sure, I'll do that in the morning.
how much the great healing potions?
Not cheap.
51.
Trying to think, how much was I selling the other healing potions for? Do you guys remember?
I think it was 50.
50? So greater healing potion, how much does that heal?
40 is, yeah,
That's-
so 2D.
Decent. So let's say 200 for a greater healing potion.
I'll buy 5.
So
I should see how much-
minus 1,000
Who's
gold.
got the,
How much
who's
money do you
keeping
guys even
track
have
of
left now?
I do. I am.
Oh, I do not.
I'm keeping track of how much we've spent.
Okay. So plus 1,000.
Yeah. So,
That's
can I
fine.
get going over here? On my way to my room, I will also pick up. You said how much for one?
200.
I'll pick up 3.
3. Okay, that will be all the healing potions they got.
I got 3.
They just happen to have 8.
You want one?
Yeah,
I'll give you one.
yeah, I need a...
I give one to everybody. You bought some now, huh?
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2, 1 each as well.
So,
How do you...
so we're all back at the, college now?
Yeah, I suppose if you guys want
Yeah,
to, you can
the
head out
shops
from
will
the
be
docks.
closed now, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'll have a look tomorrow.
And this is a greater healing potion?
Yeah.
Yes.
44 plus 4, right?
Oh, do they have any normal
Yeah.
healing potions? You said those are all greater healing potions.
Those were greater ones. I know you guys bought a bunch of them yesterday,
I
right?
got
Yeah.
3 so far.
Maybe they have another 5, I guess.
I would like to buy those 5.
Is it plus 4?
So,
Yeah, 44 plus 4.
when we go back to the college, I actually want to see if I can find a fire.
So looking around, you ask around a little bit and you find out Elvira's just staying in her own chambers right now. So,
So, Elvira, are you awake?
I am. Who's there?
It's Jessup.
Still through the door. What do you need?
This is something that can wait till tomorrow, but I was just asking, is there anybody here in the college who specializes sort of like in divination or that type of subject?
This is really good.
Yes.
A lot of fixing to do.
You want to talk to Ellie, I guess. Gnomish woman.
Ellie? Alright,
Yeah,
great.
she runs the divination classes. Why?
Well, basically I want to ask just about a couple of dreams that, just dreaming in the general sort of subject, there's something in my clan really, my grandfather was a dreamer, and he would often get dreams, and I sort of kind of inherited this gift, but there's a specific set of dreams I've been having for a really, really long time, and I was just wondering if she'd be able to help me out with a bit of interpretation or seeing if there's anything she can give me information about.
I mean, you can talk to her, I suppose. I don't know how much help she'll be interpreting your dreams, but
Okay.
We'll see. You can talk to her, I suppose. She's the expert on divination around here.
Thanks, Alvaro. Alright, have a good night. I'm gonna head off to bed, I think.
Yeah, you too.
So I'm going to go to my room, and I'm going to get ready for bed and whatever, and then I want to ritually cast divination.
Okay.
So it takes an extra 10 minutes. I'm doing my best, but I'm being very careful, but I don't know it very well. So I'm doing my best to, at the incense, I give a little sacrifice. I picked up some orthodox, kind of put it in there. And so I can ask a single question.
What?
I can ask a single question about something that's going to happen within 7 days.
Alright.
And I get a truthful answer. So it can be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or a moment.
I don't think I'll do a cryptic rhyme. I'm not much of a rhymer.
Lay
Lay it on me though. What's your question?
Okay, so
You're asking Hor for an answer?
Yes, I am asking more for
The god of war, not...
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's the god of kingdoms
Retribution.
and retribution. And I'm going
And
to
hookers.
focus in and be like, it's also the demon thing. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to say, if we leave now, will water deep fall?
Yes.
I've never gotten such a direct answer from Horn before, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay, I'll give you a slightly
Yes.
longer one.
Dress.
Yes. But does water deep matter on the scale of the gods? So a little bit more cryptic.
I'm slightly shaking, and I'm just kind of putting all my shit back up, and I go to bed, and I'm just like, no, I gotta sleep on this.
Trust. We'll let it fall independent of what we do.
I can ask again.
If we stay.
I mean, I can ask again tomorrow.
Yeah, I got just take a couple days, keep shooting off questions.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can ask twice in one before one long rest before there's any. But it is a 4 level slot.
Well, if you want to ask another question, I guess you can, technically. Although, did you use your slots in the fight last?
I don't. Well, I cast it ritually, specifically because.
Yeah. Alright, no problem. So, any other stuff for tonight, the night?
I mean, spells I have that is a ritual cast. I want to hit this long rest.
Hold on. I suppose you can go to sleep whenever you want to.
I am freaked out. I am going to sleep.
Do it! Do it!
I've never hit this button before.
Okay, no, it's not it. It's not what to do.
Okay.
I really confirm. What do you? Oh, you have to hit twice.
How do you add equipment?
Long rest. Yeah.
Equipment.
You add it with...
Although my hit points are wrong. That's weird. I have 61 hit points. Now I have 59. That's 2 whole hit points. You know.
That can be the difference of life and death.
Can.
So I guess we're all
Especially if you
sleeping.
go up against
Okay,
the
so, y'all get some sleep then. And... Mardum,
Mardum.
your dreams are a bit troubled, but you can see the war god Hor, along with a couple of other celestial beings you don't recognize, leading a great army. Ahead of this great army, you see a massive 6-headed serpent that blots out the sky with its size. Before you can see the conclusion to this battle, you wake up in the morning. Let's see, as for you, you have restless dreams about the Underdark in your family. Not premonitions necessarily, just kind of stress dreams about the current situation. Let's see, Akul, you're still troubled by the funeral for Saloon. And I would say in your dreams, you and your brothers in the priesthood are performing funeral after funeral after funeral for just God after God after God after God. The rest of you get an okay night's of sleep.
No torture for Avery tonight. Yay!
That's amazing.
Just the usual. The usual amount of dream tortures.
So when I get up, I want to gather my stuff to be ready to leave. Like, just I don't have a lot of stuff anyway, so it mostly just fits all on me. I'm just gonna gather everything up and go down breakfast.
Nice.
What did you
When's
say?
the coach coming?
So, a little bit after breakfast, I guess.
Lunchtime.
No. Breakfast, the wizards have whipped up another excellent meal for everyone in the barracks hall or whatever, the food hall, cafeteria.
What kind of food is it?
Wizard.
Yeah, that's
Carrots, butter beer.
There's these really weird little bean-like things, and they taste sometimes atrocious.
Just the usual breakfast stuff, I guess. Meats, eggs, fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Average stuff, nothing too out of the ordinary. But, yes, eventually, one of the younger wizards comes in. He's like, hey, looks like there is a carriage waiting out front for you guys.
Oh shit, it's coming early?
Who are you?
Neelan. Neelan's my name, just an apprentice wizard, only been here for a year.
They haven't got you out there in the fields,
No, I'm still taking classes with the teachers that are still here.
Cool arrives about 15 minutes late, still strapping on his armor.
Oh man, how did you guys sleep last night? I gotta be honest, I've been having some fucked up dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just missed.
Like what?
I think I'm just worried about Aaron. That's my brother. It's just Driders and mind flayers.
Seems to be able to look after himself, man.
He does, yeah.
Leader of
He
an army.
does. Yes, I think he'll be alright, but it's just I could use a better sleep than what I had last night.
Me too.
Do we need to be wearing anything special
I don't
for
care
the
for
sky? I mean, I don't have like much in the way
I-
of other clothing.
What I have on.
Yeah.
How that works. Also, are you sure? Are you sure you want to look like? Are you sure?
I don't know.
I mean, he did try to convince us to commit mass murder, and then when we talked to Garfield, it's pretty clear he's got shady past. You want to get into
Well, whether we can get in bed soon or
Who
not.
are you?
Who are you?
Oh no!
Who are we old? Red.
Well, I didn't see you yesterday. Did you know him?
Oh yeah, this is cool. He's the other member of the
He's
party.
cool.
Wait, no. I saw Cole. He was in the hallway. He had the sparkly hand.
No, that was Aki.
That was actually.
That's not confusing. Cool.
It's easy to confuse it. One's kind of skinny, very pale, like white hair. This guy's like super tall and buff and stuff. It's very easy to confuse.
Distance cuts.
Maybe.
Incredibly beautiful with long luscious hair and a faint glow of an angelic aura.
But he knows it.
What race are you?
Asmar.
Oh, Sam. An Asimar. Asimar what?
11.
Oof.
So, whether we get into bed with Count Bueling or not, if we're around him, if he tries anything shady, we might be able to learn something.
I don't think we need him because we have the link with what's the name of the head priest of
The High Priest of Lathander?
yeah, we met with him trying to convince him for the Sunstone.
David.
David.
Yeah.
Okay, I better put a note of that myself in there.
Yeah, no, when we met with David, remember he said that if he had proof that there was actually a problem. And
Yes.
I don't know, did you get a chance to read that scroll I gave you?
Oh,
You did?
I think I did, yes. Didn't we talk about it last time?
We did.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, basically it was a whole bunch of, we're going to kill everybody with giants. You guys don't go.
Oh yes,
kiss
that's right.
their hand.
Don't go
And
into
they did.
the thing, yes.
But anyway, city.
Why are we talking about sleeping with Ewing? I mean, he wasn't that attractive.
He's about middle-aged, I guess, yeah.
I mean, I certainly don't find it attractive, but there's no accounting for tastes.
Am I missing something?
You
Yes.
wanted to get those tickets.
But why do I have to sleep?
You
Well,
don't have
that's how the nature of the things work.
It's a saying, damn it.
No, you're not going to sit there.
But why are we getting...
Tell me what to do.
Okay.
No, you're saying you're not.
Okay.
My mistake, my mistake.
He was raised in the woods. He doesn't know all of our idioms.
Like,
I'm saying we don't need him at all.
Oh,
Phrasing.
We don't need him at all. We can get the Sunstone for Waterdeep. We can get passage into the Walled City.
There's a
And
feast.
if I don't like feasts, so I mean it's up to you. I mean if you want to hang around Waterdeep, that's fine. That's fine. If that's what you guys want to do. But
I like the idea of a lot of...
Pretty sure Ben's written in the
Can I just say, I'm also the kind of person who doesn't like to be around a lot of people. However, I have found that many times we can glean valuable information in gatherings like this. So
Yeah.
I believe that before we go off and do anything else, we need to be as well informed as we possibly can be. So for that
Jesus, you're
reason,
talking to all my like freaking characters. Yes.
yeah. So for
Yes.
that reason, I believe that it's probably a good idea to go to this feast. The cool thing is that once we get there, if there's anybody that we feel like we want to get closer to find out more like what they're talking about and stuff like that, I could turn into some sort of little animal that could get close and listen to what they're talking about if need be.
But do you think we have to be with Ewing in order to do all that? Like, we can go to this feast. He can't publicly shun us.
I think
He
that's
or
a good
shunning
thing,
me
right?
is.
Well, firstly, I wasn't with you guys during this battle, so they don't know that I'm with you guys. So I'll travel separately, keep my cloak up, and walk around and see what I can hear.
I think he just wanted to meet us first, right? This wasn't for the feast. He just wants to meet us and talk about things in the city.
I can't guarantee my own reaction to the man.
Yeah. Look, I
I think he's going to get us entrance into what's
Yeah.
I think it'll be good to meet him.
I just don't think he can. I don't think he can do anything to stop us.
I don't really care. I just want to go to a feast. No difference to me.
I'm with you on the feast.
But we can go to the feast and not get in the carriage right now.
Should we take the boat?
What time is the
I don't
feast
know. This is
start?
what he has to say.
I think he's
He said
trying
not
to
lunch,
plan it.
so I guess evening.
Okay.
I want to go to what he has to say.
I can do as well.
I do think that we should just go see, and to keep him happy with us, we might have to placate him.
You guys could go to whatchamacallit with the scroll.
Do you want to go to church?
Sure.
He lives in churches.
I think that would be, in order to keep doing things,
Right.
ideal.
Like setting fires is what you're trying to talk to.
I have
I mean, you
so strongly.
you know Maxwell now, so I mean, he can at least get you to speak to David. But
Yeah.
yeah, just
Can you very quickly like kind of give me a little transcription of what that spell said again? There's no guarantee he's gonna read
The scroll?
Oh,
Let's
sorry,
see.
right.
Can I assume that she's roughly outlining
Yeah.
this for me?
Yeah, it talks about the defenses of Neverwinter were stronger than they thought, so they're just going to cut off the city by land and sea and starve it out. In the meantime, we're going to head further south to harass Waterdeep. Don't let them know that we are about to attack. We want to catch them, by surprise. Stay out at sea, basically, is what it says, and just take out merchant.
boys.
What communication like relays do you think the frost giants and ghouls have? Like how long before they know they're missing?
shit. I don't know. I actually would I know
Well, I
about
mean, I
the
don't know.
magical? I would know about some magical capabilities of frost giants. How much do I know? Are they
I'm
spellcasters?
also proficient in Arcana.
Yeah, they have spellcasters among them.
Okay, so
What's the thing is, what?
Yeah, but they're
Well,
also
they're more intelligent than hill giants by
What's-
far.
What is the point of a siege when people can teleport?
Not everyone can teleport, and you can't teleport everybody.
Yeah.
Fairly
But sure.
expensive to do
It's
so.
very-
In a week you could do thousands, probably high-level wizards.
You need a lot of high levels.
yeah.
case, if they all teleport away, then the city's yours. You can just take it then.
Yeah.
This is true. You know, speaking, if we're thinking about, you know, the point of these sieges and stuff like that, is there any way you were able to get word from the Orients to see what is actually happening there? Because I'm actually quite interested to see about the other lands.
Nope.
I mean, it's not just going to be the Silver Coast that's affected by all this shit.
I don't think he has contact.
Okay. Well, shall we go meet with the Count? You guys can
Yeah,
head up to the
Go
temple
meet
with
the
them.
count.
Okay.
So,
I
yeah.
think the only way to answer your question would be to hang out at the docks and wait for the boats. That's the only way you can get from the Orient to here, and it takes months.
I like
Or
seeing frost
say
giants have not made it easy for the boats.
But isn't there a blockade of the harbour? There wouldn't be any new boats coming in.
We killed the blockade.
One of them.
Yeah, because there was only one that came down by accident.
We didn't see any other boats when we flew the dragon out to get the thing.
No.
Alright, well, let's make our way.
Right,
Yeah,
so
we need to tell you and to send out.
you're going to the carriage then, right over to Count Ewing's?
Yeah.
So,
Three of us.
Uh,
I think the two of you are going.
Yeah, we're going to go to the church of
three, and you're going to the Church of Lathander. David. I decided on the last name, Wellhurst. Why not? Make it sort of German-ish, Nazi-esque, I guess.
Dolphin 12ers.
David. Now, so we'll do the carriage thing first, I guess. So, carriage is magnificently appointed. Within, you find several bottles of chilled liquors. The driver wordlessly begins taking you across the alleyways and wide paved streets of Waterdeep until you reach a very, very wealthy neighborhood and come to the walled-off compound that is Count Ewing's home. I'd say, 10-foot high walls, there are griffin knights patrolling the outside, and eventually when it stops, the driver of the carriage, of course, opens up the door for you.
Can I, as we get out, can I make a perception check just to see if I notice any other points of entry which might be easy to get into if we wanted to?
Okay, you can make a perception roll, I guess.
Is there big gardens?
Can't really see them from outside the walls.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
16.
16. Just taking a close look around, it does look like you have to jump walls or maybe go from one of the surrounding buildings and try and leap in from atop one of those mansions.
Alright.
Which would also involve going, past their walls and their gardens and things.
Okay.
But crossing through the gate, you're let in without any difficulty. The Griffin Knights are expecting you all to enter. You can see very well manicured, lawn with gardens, trees, things like that. It seems that Count Ewing has hired a wizard of his own to keep the snow from ruining his lawn. And the building itself is rather,
What's wrong with me? Ostentatious.
yeah, I'd say ostentatious as well. A lot of white marble and stuff cladding the outside.
This is nice.
It's like a member of Parliament in Cambodia.
Basically, yeah.
From South Africa.
New money, right? I've got to show off to everyone.
Pink Escalade. Saw that yesterday. Have you seen the Hello Kitty Escalade?
I have
I
no
haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It's outside Carl's Jr. yesterday. Giant pink Escalade with Hello Kitty stickers.
He's got great taste if he's going to Carl Jr.
I suppose.
Only the finest of shitty fast food.
Indeed.
Okay, so we get there, we can get out.
Yeah. So you're allowed to enter, and you're met by his servant at the door, just an old, dignified-looking human man named Jeeves or some such bullshit. And he leads you up the grand staircase, past several hallways, to Count Yuling's personal workspace, I guess, where he is waiting for you. His shield guardian to his right behind him, and a couple members of the Griffin Knights, which he, tells them to wait outside the door while speaking with you.
These Griffin Knights, what race are they?
Impossible to tell. Their heavy armor covers any sort of racial or facial features.
Okay.
But they do appear to be large and imposing people.
All right.
There could be two goblins inside.
Stand on top of each other. That's mechanically operated.
No, you're the left foot, I'm the right foot.
Maybe they're like 3 or 4 gnomes.
There you go. It's just a swarm of pixies. It just gets smaller and smaller.
It's like a mini Modern's castle. It's operating.
Yes.
Okay, so
So he, stands up to greet you guys. Hello, the Garuda is the name of your group. Can't say I've ever heard the word before. Take a seat, take a seat. Do any of you need a drink or snack or anything? I can call to the chef if you want anything.
I wouldn't mind a drink.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. He rings a little bell or, whatever, and his servant comes in with a tray of drinks for you guys. Crackers and cheese as well, why not? So, that was quite some show last night at the docks. The dragon, now that was just excellent. Those giants did not know what hit them.
we're just in the right place at the right time, I suppose.
Yes.
Nothing super special.
And I do have to personally thank you guys, because it showed that the city guard was just not being managed properly. I mean, the response time is terrible. They barely hold their own against the giants. That's why I've decided that General Rosnoff will step aside and will combine the Griffin Knights and the city guard under one person. I think it will be a lot smoother.
Who's that person?
I think you know the answer to that already, Sir Dwarf. Now, on to other business. So you intend to stay in Waterdeep, or should I assume that you'll be gone in a week?
I think we'll be here for a while.
In and after.
Yeah.
Do you need to go to the
Underdark.
The Underdark. What a nasty place. What brings you all the way down there?
Well, same shit that we've been talking about since we got here. End of the world and all that.
So, end of the world, and you want to go spend the last few days on Earth in the Underdark?
We have some things we need to be doing there.
Nice this time of year.
Yeah.
Ancient artifacts, perhaps.
Indeed.
I'm sure there's lots of ancient artifacts in the Underdark.
Yes. Gosh, I mean, what kind of artifacts could be down there, though? I mean, there's so many. Ancient Saurian artifacts, perhaps? Just spitball.
Trying to get a cloak of different colours.
Okay,
Or secret.
yes, mentioned in the life of Horatius Rex, right?
So, if you do know all about this cycle, what was with all the pretend before?
Yeah.
It's politics, But beyond that, I don't think that we need to comb some ancient autobiography to find the answers to our current problems. Now, of course, I've been keeping my contacts in the Wizards Conclave. Hungry, broke students, that's something that is... But that is your current quest, I guess. You're seeking these items. Horatius Rex. Who gives a shit about him, honestly? But that's your goal.
That is our goal, yes.
Well, we could help each other then, perhaps. I mean, you didn't seem very interested in helping me before, but perhaps if the job is right, then you would be a bit more amiable.
If it wasn't evil piece of shit
Oh,
job, then yeah, probably would
Is
be
it
better.
evil to
Yes,
kill
yes,
evil people?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Hmm. It's evil to slay evil, huh?
Everything you're going to say, I'm going to answer with yes if you're asking if it's evil.
Well, fair enough then. It seems that your dwarven friend isn't much interested in discussion. I did have here on my desk a few passes to the K'Lun Walled City. You were asking about them before, and
We were indeed.
I might have been a little harsh yesterday. So, seems simple enough, right? You want to go into the K'Lun Walled City for some purpose, but what I want is for this plague to end in there. There's a lot of manpower in that city that's being locked away, unused.
I would like the same thing.
Perfect.
One of the reasons we wanted to go.
Perfect. That's perfect. Well,
We do need 5 passes.
I think I can arrange that. That's no problem. I can write 5 passes, 10 passes, 100 passes. It's really up to me who goes in and out.
Okay.
Now, let's see. I do have one task. No burning people alive. Seems to be the cutoff point for you. But,
Among others.
but this is something that I think we can all agree on. Waterdeep needs its resources to be sent toward the military side of things. We need to build ships. We need to hire guardsmen. We need to be prepared. Do you agree?
Agreed.
Yes.
This frost giant attack, it was not the main crux of their force. It was one ship of giants, and there are at least dozens more out deeper into the ocean.
We do have a bit of information about that.
You don't, I mean, you have,
She has the letter, right?
no, I have the letter, but she has the knowledge of the letter. She's the murderer.
So,
We found a letter on the giant scroll.
really, what did this letter say?
No idea, I haven't read it yet. What did it say?
It spoke of Neverwinter, and the fact that it is under siege.
Knew that part, of course, although
Yeah. It also spoke of the fact that they were sending forces south.
Well, that became apparent last night, I suppose, with the frost giants banging up my docks.
Yeah.
They acted on their own, wrongly,
They were told not to
not to
come
engage,
and
to
engage.
take Waterdeep by surprise.
So they need time to gather their forces, perhaps.
I would imagine so. I mean, those boys did seem to be spraying an awful lot of that fermented white milk stuff at people for some reason, so I think maybe they were just pissed out of their minds.
Yes.
I think you should send out riders in every direction to see any oncoming forces in the land.
Well, that much, definitely. So we need all the manpower we can in the city for when this attack comes, but we don't really know how long it will take for the frost giants to marshal their forces. Now, we do need ships, though. I think if we could sink a few of these long ships before they get to our city, that would be best.
We
And-
are not exactly what you would call engineers or shipwrights. I'm
No.
not sure how we can help with that.
Well, you see, bureaucracy is a terrible thing in times of crisis like this. And I need to circumvent some bureaucracy. You see, there's a man, a merchant, a wealthy merchant, named Shelwig Remus, and he owns the largest dry dock in Waterdeep. And he has some commercial orders that he is devoted to finishing before we can start our military production. I need someone to convince him to...
Strong arm, you mean?
Convince. You can use whatever kind of words you'd like. You could use violence, but what is important is that this dry dock is used to build military ships today, tomorrow, until this force comes.
Okay.
And we can't do that since he legally owns that dry dock.
Would you just appropriate land without compensation?
Well, with compensation perhaps, but that money could be used for far better things. Arming soldiers, hiring more men, getting perhaps a mercenary company to come to our city's defense. There's a lot more uses for money than paying off selfish, greedy merchants, don't you think? I mean, we all need to work together in times of crisis like this, but he refuses.
Why don't you send in the
Griffinites.
your other force?
My other force? Not sure what you speak of, sir.
Hang on.
I'm in charge of the Griffin Knights.
The nameless ones.
Oh, the nameless ones. See, I have a few business dealings with them, but I'm not exactly in a position to boss them around.
Insight check, please. See if you're telling the truth.
I think you have to roll a dice to do the insight check.
I do.
So, I mean, there could be, is there any way we could meet with them?
25.
He's not lying to you.
Alright.
He's just telling it as, you know.
So I don't think he's he's the boss of the nameless ones.
No.
Is there any way we could meet with these people? I mean, if they are as connected as what we say they are, maybe they have some kind of leverage against this man that we could use.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to complicate what is a rather simple problem.
So you just want us
Shall we
to ask him to make the ships?
To allow the city to take temporary control of his dry dock in this time of crisis. Yes, and, you know, I just wanted to do his patriotic duty.
Can I make an insight check to see what he means by temporary? If I trust his temporariness?
I mean, it's not,
As in
an
not
insight
forever.
check isn't some magic thing that lets
Yeah.
you...
Okay, so was there no, like, specific emphasis on temporary? I'm just, don't trust him.
Have you asked him?
Of course,
What was
but
his answer?
he says, I've got these contracts that I need to fill out first. I'm not going to lose money on this just because a couple giants...
Who were the contracts for?
Oh, just different shipping companies and stuff. They need
In
new
Waterdeep?
ships built.
Well, those
Outside of Waterdeep, he has a very lucrative contract with the Red Wizards of Thay. Seems that they are also trying to gather a great number of ships. And I don't think Waterdeep's resources should be used to benefit the Red Wizards of Thay. I think they should be used in benefit of our defense.
I'm sorry. Why don't you just arrest him?
He's committed no crime.
Burnt down a
He's-
bunch of people.
No. He's causing the city to not be able to defend itself because he has a valuable resource. In times of war, under wartime martial law, thank you very much, you know, he has to do his part.
But
I don't understand why we have to go and strong arm him into doing
is the
this.
city under martial law?
It's not. There's really no
Shouldn't
precedent
it
for
be?
such a thing. You see, we have always been ruled by a more democratic council of nobles, you know. A lot of backstabbing. No one really being able to take control and do the things that need to be done in crisis. We've relied on heroes in the past to help us solve most of our issues, but this is not a time for heroes.
Very well. I feel like this is like a thing that you could easily do yourself, but fine, let's just go do it.
How do we find this person?
Just down in the docks district,
Dry part.
And are you going to give us some money to give to him?
some money. No, this money is much more useful in other places.
Okay, fine.
Just convince him that he should do his patriotic duty and allow us to use his dry dock to construct warships.
Was he there yesterday?
He was. He always likes to oversee his operations personally, and I believe he even...
So he saw everything that happened.
I think our
He should be aware, at least. The
name
papers have been
can
talking
help
about
us. If we're building a name here, it could help us perhaps. He might be more inclined. If he has a vested interest in ships, protecting the docks is a good thing. Protecting the city is a good thing. I don't think it'll be too hard.
Okay.
Now you're planning to pay him for the ships that he's building. Although, no, you're going to be building the ships in his dock.
Are you going to be building the ships in his dock because you can't expect him to just come up with the materials?
He'll be compensated fairly once this crisis has ended. You have my word.
Yeah, your word means nothing
Well,
to me.
the inside check on that.
I'm wounded.
Yeah, I doubt that.
I mean, here I am, willing to give you these permits
If
and
we
a
do
sizable
something for you.
reward.
How much is the sizable reward?
Let's say 2,000 gold pieces.
And tickets to this festival.
That's... You're a persistent one. 1,000 gold pieces and 2 tickets to this festival.
There's 5 of us.
Nice. My hands are tied. It's the Temple of Lunestra's event. Lunestra, is that it? I think. The Temple of Lunestra's event. It's out of my hands. I'm an important man, but I don't run the temples.
Okay.
Okay, let's
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's make our way, I guess.
Yes, I know you all need gold for that castle of yours, right? You've been spending it like crazy. Luckily, I have a lot extra that I can use.
I thought you just said you don't.
The city doesn't. I, on the other hand, quite a bit.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's go conferences.
The Temple of Lathander. Outside the temple, 2 dusty travelers arrive. No, you're not dusty. Yeah, you're relatively clean. So, inside you can hear well, first of all, you can see the light pouring out from the windows and the open doorway. Even in the daytime, it's much brighter than the surrounding areas, and you can hear hymns being sung inside. It seems that the temple is in the middle of a service in the morning. They always greet the sun as it arrives and say goodbye as it goes away each day.
Cool. Peek my head in. Do I see Father Maxwell?
You can see Father Maxwell off to the sides, lighting some candles and some incense, for the service.
Do I
But
see David?
David is leading the service, the morning service.
It's not ideal. It's kind of like I'm just gonna sit here for a bit.
I'm fine with that.
Blah, 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 blah. The sun is good, the sun is great. It will drive away the cold, icy hands of the frost giants in our time of need. This is certainly a time of need, which is why we'd like you to perhaps donate a little extra this week to blah blah blah, improve the church, we need a new window, etc.
When we came in, did we get that feeling again?
Yes, the sunstone is providing that sort of calming, healing, contented feeling like it did before.
I'm just gonna very patiently sit.
And eventually, the sermon does end. The donation plate was passed around several times, over and over again. And finally, the service ends. People are leaving. You see David saying, greeting people, glad handing as they leave the front doors.
Get in line.
And eventually, you do find yourself in front of the head priestess. Oh! You met him yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, I remember you. You were with those adventurers that Father Maxwell. Yes. I remember now.
Yeah.
What can I do for you? Did you enjoy the sermon?
It was great.
Ah, well, thank you. In these time of troubles, people really should be generous, I think, with the God of Lathander.
Do you have a moment to discuss it?
Sure. It looks like, the crowd's thinning out now anyway, if you wish to speak to me. Yes, let's, there's a side room over here.
Is it the same place we went last time?
No, he takes you just to a separate little library room. He says, so, what can I do for you two?
Well, last time we were here, we talked about your son's.
Yes, the sunstone pride of this church.
Which is quite right. The thing is, when we spoke about it, we talked about how the frost giants were coming, and you said that you didn't have any proof of it. That you were willing to help, but only with proof.
Yes. Well, it seems that you guys got your proof last night, didn't you?
Yeah, and I came bearing a little extra proof.
How terrifying. Yes, let me see.
I don't know if you read giants.
Oh, of course I do. I read
actually.
many languages. I'm a scholar for, 40 years now. He looks it over and says, this is terrible, so that was a mistake that there are more giants on the way, it seems. That's what I've gathered from this.
I would say that's pretty definite.
I don't see how giving away the Sunstone helps so much.
Well, I'm not asking you to give it away. It's more that you're using it for its intended purpose. To help the people, whatever. Inside your church, you can only do so much, and I really should not be the front face of this. I've got okay charisma, but terrible intelligence. Inside the church, you can only do so much, right?
Think about it this way.
Maybe you should put it really tall.
Currently, with the ice everywhere, the people of Waterdeep are struggling to grow crops, and if there's going to be an extended siege with the frost giants, the city will need to eat. And the Sunstone, the Wizards College can use it to save the crops so that we can have food for the whole city.
Charisma check. How well do you make your point?
Can I aid since I was talking to him?
Yes. Advantage. Well,
Persuasion, that's 5.
Ayo.
22.
Well, you do speak truly, that is true. I can see that you are coming from a place of wanting to help the people of this city. Gosh, I think you and the wizards have finally worn me down. I was waiting for our paladin to return. I was hoping to use that as a bargaining chip. Bring me back Orville the Sun-Kissed, and we'll leave the Sunstone to the wizards, but...
Well, speaking of,
Where is Orville?
he's in the Wall City.
He's in Kaloon City, but...
We'll be heading there soon.
You shall?
Yes.
Oh, please, just bring him back to us safe and sound, and I will have no regrets in my heart about giving up our Sunstone. For sure, I will.
Okay, we will look for him.
Good, that's what I was
That's excellent then. So you have the permissions then. That's
Well,
excellent.
I don't, because you said that you would be able to get us the permissions.
Yes, well if you want, I will try to send a message to Count Yuling right away. This has been fine. I understand the needs of the crops and the food. We do need that in case these frost giants encircle the city. That's true. So
And I don't think you can be a better voice for the god of light and sun until it does.
let it out, I suppose. Yes, you know what? That is true. It seems that we've been caging this light instead of letting it shine over all the people of Waterdeep.
It would also be great PR for the temple.
It's true, you know. Donations might go up if, maybe I'll have Father Maxwell get the deeper news over here. Maybe do an interview about how generous we're being. That's good thinking.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Father, is it Father David? I don't know how these churches work.
Just David is okay, or Mr. Wellhurst.
Mr. Harwellhurst, can you tell me, please? I don't know exactly how it works for you, the family of fathers. Are you being to talk to?
Some of our more... Well, Lathander has not seen fit to speak to me, I suppose, in these times of need, but Orville the Sun-Kissed claims to have had full conversations with the god, and some of our priests are gifted with these abilities.
I have a question.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Wait,
Other question.
I have a question.
When we were in the ziggurat, did we by any chance see Lathander's flame?
Yes. Big as fuck.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, he's still a very popular deity across the Sword Coast and Faerun. So he's got a big old freaking bonfire going.
Are you the ones who do talk to Lathander? Do they still?
Do they what?
Do they still talk to him? Now?
Yes. Well, I can't speak for as recently as yesterday or anything, but in the last few months they've spoken of messages and prophecies, things like that.
Anything of note?
It seems that they think that Lathander will take part in a great battle in the future, but I don't have any further insight into this. Perhaps if you spoke to to Orville himself. He was the one telling me about this upcoming battle.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll have my priests take down the Sunstone. I have to say, I'm sad to see it go, but he'll come back. The Wizards' Conclave hold true to their word. And I need to use the restroom personally, so I'll be right back.
Somewhere in our pre-screen infantry, we just got a little exclamation point that a quest has been resolved. Yeah, the ziggurat that
So you
he's
went
talking
to some
about.
ziggurat.
We were in a big ziggurat, and basically there was this cobalt temple that persists through the cycles. And basically, there are these little shrines to all of the gods throughout time, and they have these little flames. If the flame is small, then that god is weak. If there's this roaring bonfire like Lathander, then they're strong, they have a lot of followers. And when the god dies, the flame goes up. So there are a lot of shrines there of the old gods where there's no flame anymore.
Your god then?
Yeah.
I'm not there. Yeah, so they,
Wow. I'm recalling my notes.
yeah.
So
So
when we were there, Salu's flame was like flickering between black and like flame. Right?
just some amber.
Guttering out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was very sad for Jessica. Very, very sad.
And then we had the funeral.
that sounds incredibly sad.
Wasn't it?
Suddenly I feel like I can focus so much better. Leave it open the AC.
That is something that I want to invest in gear. It's not too expensive to put it in the AC, but I've just been thinking of like, where do all the pipes and cables go? So I need to get like the dude to actually come in and have a look first and tell me how to do it. Because the landlord's like, yeah, you can buy one yourself, it's fine. So I'm like, okay, you gave me permission, that means I can knock holes in the walls. You said it's fine.
Are you going to try and take it with you afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, if it's mine, I'm not sure. Or just get him to pay for it if he wants to keep it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back.
Right. Should we maybe take a break?
Oh, is it time already?
What time is it?
11:52. Oh, wow. God. Okay, yeah, so kind of a quiet episode, I guess. You know, just setting things in motion for next time. But we've got a Dockland shakedown coming up, and our heroes are very close to entering the mysterious, disease and plague-filled Kaloon walled city. So, stay tuned next time for Dice Nerds, that's us, and Nagas.
And please, if you're enjoying it, don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate it.